All right, this book is called I Am Alfonso Jones. There are several characters in this book. I'll just go ahead and read them real quick. Fred O, Danetta Jimenez, Miss Myers, Cynthia Carmona, Alfonso Jones, that's him, Reverend Velasco T. Jones, Ishmael Jones, Limongello, Tatiana, Scooby, Anthony Baez, Michael Stewart, Orangello, Natasha, and Amira. And then we've got Henry Dumas. Henry Dumas. I can't get that out. Henry Dumas, Punk E, Amadou Diallo, and Eleanor Bumpus. The opening quote is, "For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak." And I think that's a question. What does that mean? For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak. First page, we see a bullet. Here's the bullet coming. That's Alfonso Jones running, I think. We see the bullet. We see a close-up of Alfonso Jones's face, his eyes, and then bam, look at that hanger and the shirts. He's getting shot. Now chapter 2. That was all just one chapter right there. Being a bike messenger has its advantages. I can weave in and out of traffic, give red lights to the Heisman, glide around with my backpack on, trumpet strapped to the rack. Whiz past... Sorry, my thing's not working. Whiz past cabs clogging up the streets, so I won't wear out my kicks as quick. In other news, a northeaster set to hit the tri-state area. Ride to school, lock my bike out front, pray nobody walks off with my wheels. Yes, y'all. Being a bike messenger has its advantages. There's Alfonso Jones's face. Chapter 3, Through Harlem. Weekends, I ride around like a land-bound Tuskegee airman, huffing through history. Earbuds pumping hip-hop beats on repeat, biking through Harlem streets, hitting up statues, taking selfies, collecting quotes for my book of Black Legends. I like the trumpet and... I can't see what that says. I like the trumpet and acting, but this selfie statue safari trip I'm on has me hooked. My grandfather... the good Reverend something Jones, says Harlem bleeds history, I think it is. I'm going to get out of this because it's giving me a problem. As my grandfather, the good Reverend Velasco T. Jones, always says, Harlem is living history. This is Harriet Tubman. She was conductor of the Underground Railroad. Here's a quote that she said. I never ran off my track. I never ran my train off the track, and I never lost a passenger. What's in Your Hand? That's by Adam Clayton Powell Jr. A book, an iPhone, weird brown grooves in the shape of an M, and Kellis's. Forget Benny Goodman, Duke Ellington is the king of swing, but Louis Sachimo Armstrong is my main man. He played the trumpet like me. Here's what the Duke had to say about Sachimo. He was born, died rich, and never hurt anyone along the way. That's my motto. That's my motto. You can put that on my tombstone now. This is my favorite, a silhouette of Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man. He's a character in the book with the same name, where to be black is to be practically invisible. Frederick Douglass is one of my heroes. He sent me is one of Frederick Douglass is one of my father's heroes. He sent me his copy of the autobiography of Frederick Douglass. Now he's one of mine. The thing worse than rebellion is the thing that causes rebellion. That's a quote from Frederick Douglass. The thing worse than rebellion is the thing that causes rebellion. And as we're dealing with all these riots right now and people really scared, that quote really hits home, because what Frederick Douglass is basically saying is the rebellion isn't as worse as the act that caused the rebellion. Fun fact, my mother showed me a throwback photo of my father where he used to rock a Frederick Douglass fro. Haha, he looked like an old school Michael Jackson. Uh-oh, gotta go, have to rush back to the crib. Note to self, stop by the Schaumburg next week for a selfie and more research for social studies project. By the way, I was named after the historian that library was named after, Arturo Alfonso Schaumburg. So his name is Alfonso Jones, and then the library in New York or Brooklyn is called the Arturo Alfonso Schaumburg. All right, chapter 4, getting out. Mom, Dukes doesn't like me riding my bike at night. There's where they live. And she hates it when I'm late for dinner. There's Alfonso. He's putting his money in a cigar box. What are you doing, Fonzo? Counting your loot? I could smell the cigar fumes from here, and I'm deep in some mojo. Spanish word for sauce. It's mojo, right? I'm not sure. I'm deep in some mojo. Mijo, I have news. Oh my God, is this what it means to be in heaven? That mofongo is off the hook, Ma. I learned from the best. Mammy had me cooking every night. Mamie had me cooking every night. You millennials don't know anything about that. Yeah, but in those days, it was all about women cooking for their men. Oh, you got jokes. Yes, well, men went to work and women took care of the home. They thought they were the only ones with backbreaking work. Try cooking and cleaning for a house full of kids, making sure everybody gets ready for work and school, then the bills, the laundry, picking the kids up from school. I don't know how my mother did it. Us girls had to help her, of course. That's how it was. The men were pampered. I don't wear Pampers. My little comedian. No, you aren't pampered, but you definitely will be learning how to cook. I'm proud of you and how much you've been saving to see your father. But guess what? You hit the number? I wish. You can't use your savings to see your father. Why? What happened? You're going to have to use it for your suit. Suit? I don't have a suit. Hey, what you talking about, Mama? Your father's lawyer called and said he is coming home. What? How? The DNA tests finally got done and your dad's came out negative. As we knew all along, your father is innocent. He's been completely exonerated, and this nightmare is finally over. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Granddad called. He's making the arrangements for your dad's release. We are going to have the biggest party. After all these years, I can't believe it. Now I don't have to see my father behind plexiglass. My prayers have been answered. So there's Alfonso hugging his mother, finding out that his dad is going to be getting out of jail or prison. Chapter 5, Crush. I love Henry Dumas' School of the Arts, but 3 o'clock can't come soon enough. That's when everybody heads for the doors in a bum rush. And I get to give a ride home to my crush, Danetta, making my deliveries at band practice, messenger money. I'm going to see my dad. Chapter 6, Ghost. Who can tell me how Hamlet discovers who killed his father, King Hamlet? Ooh, I know, Tatiana. Because King Hamlet, who's basically Casper the Friendly Ghost, pops up and tells him, shoot, I would have crapped my pants and ran out of there like the Roadrunner. You would have been Ghost. Har, corny. Ew, gross. If you would have crapped your pants, I would have been a ghost. White people are cray. You wouldn't find me sticking around talking to no ghost. That's what you know. My family is all about the spirits. Yeah, fool. It's part of African culture. Talking to spirits and deities and stuff. You Puerto Rican, not African. Security? How could you make such an obtuse observation? Ooh, obtuse. He's using those SAT words. What do you think Puerto Ricans are? Where they come from, fool? Now, class, settle down. We all come from Africa, from somewhere. Miss Myers, what do you mean we all come from Africa? You're white. Well, actually, I'm Jewish. But Jewish is not a race. I'm talking about the human race. Africa is where all humanity begins. Just ask Lucy, our oldest living ancestor. How are we going to ask some old fossil bones? Hamlet spoke to bones. Poor Yorick. He probably went bowling with his old skull. Now, let's stay on track here. Why does King Hamlet charge Hamlet with avenging his death? The question should be why Hamlet doesn't jump out of his skin and haul butt out of there. Once he sees his father's ghost, with or without Alfonso's African spirits. Do I have to ask 80 times? Because he dissed him. Dissed? You buggin' son? You mean disappeared him. Yeah, by pouring poison in his ear. Then stealing his wife. You can't steal somebody's wife. People can't steal people. Tell that to Mother Africa and our ancestors. What I mean is Hamlet's mom Gertrude left of her own free will. Her trifling behind was down with her shady brother-in-law, Claudius, the murderous cheater. She says nothing. And then he says, then you agree with me, D? So what does that make her? A murderous cheater. So why doesn't King Hamlet, the grumpy ghost, ask the prince to kill her too? He'd rather let heaven take care of that. Besides, Hamlet could most likely kill his crummy old thirsty uncle, but his mom? Nah. No way, Jose. Nada. Not gonna happen. Do you agree? Do you all agree? Then we finally can agree on something. So what they're doing here is they're talking about the play Hamlet. And in Hamlet, Hamlet's father is killed by his uncle, who then marries Hamlet's mother. And Hamlet's father is killed by his uncle by having poison poured into his ear, I think while he's sleeping. That's how Hamlet's father dies. So then Hamlet has to avenge his father's death because Hamlet's father comes back as a ghost and tells him what happened.